Welcome to the New Haitian Generation. On today's episode, we sit down with the author of Triumphing Over Hell on Earth, Dr. Juniace Etienne. Dr. Juniace Etienne is a native of Miragwan, Haiti, who migrated to the United States at the age of 16. Dr. Etienne is a teacher and an author. She knows firsthand that education can expand one's opportunities to succeed. Let's now speak one-on-one with Dr. Juniace Etienne.
My name is Juniace Senecharles Etienne. I am a teacher. I teach French and I also do special education. Special education is for students who may have learning disabilities, and I also work with gifted students, and I'm also a writer. I came here from Haiti in 1983, a long time ago. I came here when I was 16 years old. I first came in Miami, and then later on my parents, we moved to Immokalee, Florida, and then we eventually moved to Naples, Florida. Growing up in Haiti was great, but coming to America, I was like, whoa, it was a shock for me. Not because America is not great, but because my parents, when they moved here, they came here as adults. They didn't speak English, they didn't know the language, so that can bring a lot of barriers when you come from a country where you don't speak the language. So I didn't really get to see the beauty of America, but later on I get to discover what all America it's all about. Right now, I am really excited to be here and to be talking about how America had transformed me as a Haitian and now as a Haitian-American.
Dr. Etienne explains what her life was like living in Haiti.
When I left Haiti, I had a lot of beauty. My lifestyle was so different. But coming here in America, my parents were living in one room, where when I was in Haiti, I had my own room. So I really cried for the whole year. I really, really wanted to go back to Haiti. I didn't understand why I was here. I'm sure it's strange is someone here that like you crying because you're in America, but I really did, because a lot of stuff I was used to in my country, I didn't have it here, because my parents were not prepared to give me the lifestyle that requires, which is learning the language, being able to work out of a good job. Well, growing up in Haiti for me was like, I wasn't born in Port-au-Prince. Like most people may say, I'm born in Port-au-Prince. Well, I wasn't. I was born in a place called Miragwan. That's in the south side of Haiti. I moved from Miragwan to Port-au-Prince when I was 10 years old. I live with my brother because I came from a family of 10 children. A large family, and I am number 8 from the 10. So I am the first girl in my family, so I was really, really blessed, and I was like a princess. So my brother, when I was 9, my older brother, he and I, we almost like twins, really. We were born the same month, same day, exactly same time, but different years, many, many years later. So he was like, in the Haitian culture, when the oldest one made it, what we call made it, become very successful, so their job is to help the parents out. So he told my mom, when I make it in life, I'm gonna take my sister because she's like my little twin. And that's exactly what he did. So he took me. First job that he had, he took me, the two of us, we lived together. It was like really life. So I was really bonded. So he's like my second father, really. And that's how I moved to Port-au-Prince. And then again, the same brother, that's the reason why I'm here today, because he was the first one to get a visa in the United States. And then he wanted to share that with everyone in our family. So he is the Moses in our family, if you know what I mean. So he was the one who's like, okay, this is a promised land. Everybody has to come to America. And then he did just that, my brother. So that was kind of a little bit of my upbringing here. The only thing here, when I first came here, I went to school at Edison High School. It was a very, very, I want to say a very difficult time for Haitian at that time, because Haitian was like a curse word, if you really understand. So being Haitian was like a label no one wanted to have. And they used to just beat you up for no reason. I was very fortunate, I never got beat up. But my younger brother and my younger sister, they got a lot of beaten. just because they were Haitian from Edison. So I was very happy when my parents decided to leave Miami, and then we moved to Immokalee. Again, that wasn't not the image that I had for America, because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Immokalee. Immokalee is a farm places. It's still the same. Immokalee hasn't changed. There's a lot of richness in Immokalee, but because it's farm, it's not really being very being developed as it's supposed to. Again, I was like, that cannot be America. So eventually, I got to discover what true America was when I moved to Naples. Naples, I was like, yes, landscaping, trees, flowers. And I say, okay, I have to move to Naples. And that was a shock for my family, because in the Haitian culture, you don't leave your house. There's no such thing. You have to stay home. And I say, I can't live here. I can't. In my mind, I knew I had to do more. I couldn't stay working in the farm, picking tomatoes and peppers. I was like, life has to have more than that.
Dr. Etienne describes her educational background.
Well, my educational background, I did graduate from high school. I graduated from Naples High School. What I tell my students now, when they're in high school, I was in high school, it's just like my body was in high school, but my mind was like, how am I gonna make it? It's because high school, I went to school full time, but I work full time too. Because my last year of high school, I left my family home, if she was in Immokalee, because I just couldn't take the lifestyle in Immokalee. So I moved to Naples. I'm not sure how I got myself registered, but I did. I registered myself in high school, Naples High School, and I graduated from high school in Naples. So yes, I work full time and went to school full time. That's what I did. So when I graduated from high school, my guidance counselor, they saw I had a lot of potentials. They really did. But I really wanted to graduate from high school and really start working. And that's what I did. I didn't really go to college right away. I worked 1 year. I tried college a little bit, but I was like, I really need to work so I can truly take care of myself. So I work. I was able to pay my rent, just basically making it. And I was like, okay, I have to do a little bit more. So my first degree, I went to beauty school. And because I was always good with hair. I'm really talented with hair. And I was very successful, I should say, with beauty school. I was the first black-owned school in Naples, the very first black-owned school. And I did a lot of platform work for a company called Design Essentials, if you allow me to say the name. And I did a lot of work for them in the beauty industry. And now, after I became a mother, I was like, okay, beauty school is good, doing hair is great, but I need to spend time with my children. So that's when I went back to college. And then I said, I'm gonna have a degree in education. So just the education, I'll be able to have the summer and having a lot of more free time with my children.
Haitian culture is very important to Dr. Etienne, as she explains in detail.
Yeah, Haitian culture is very important to us. Like, exactly what we're gonna be eating from day to day. Like Sunday, it's gonna have to be soup jumeau. Everybody has to have their soup jumeau. And then Saturday is very common. If you go to a Haitian home, you are going to find soup. That's really what we eat. So the culture is there. It is always there. The culture, that's what helps us to behave when we go somewhere. The culture is being able to look at your children so they can read your eyes and understand what you're telling them, if they should sit down or if they should just get up. And another thing I do with my students, I explain to them, when they go to a Haitian home, when the Haitians say, make yourself at home, it doesn't mean for you to jump up and down their living room. It means to sit down, to not move. Because in the Haitian culture, that's what we do. We don't allow our children to go into our living room. The living room is there for special guests. So when you go to a Haitian home, those of you who are listening to me or watching, when you go to a Haitian home, they say, make yourself at home. That means sit and don't move. Because that's what's expected, really. So my students always have a kick of that. They're like, why we cannot move? I say, the Haitian parents, they really mean it when they tell you make yourself at home, because that's what home means to us. You don't mess up anything. So that's one of the culture that I have. Not only I'm able to pass it down to my own children, but I also share with my students. And another thing I do to continue to share the Haitian culture with other people in my school district, the month of April is Haitian Heritage Month. For the past 12 years, what I do a Haitian culture lunch, and then where I have different food, well, all the food, that the legume, the banan pesé, the griot, and then what I also trying to do is invite a guest in the Haitian community who can come and talk to the teachers about Haitian culture. Because as a teacher, when you understand your students' background, you can relate to them more. You can teach them better. You understand when they're not looking at you in their eyes, it's not because they ignoring you. It's what our culture tells us. You don't look at someone in the eyes, you're supposed to look down. So that's what I have been doing for the past 12 years, I want to say. Not only I want my students to understand the culture, but also the teachers to understand the Haitian culture. Because Haitian, we are very rich. And sometimes, well, most of the time, there's a misunderstanding of what we can provide to a society. And I think if all of us are there voicing for those who do not have a voice, and then our children, Haitian-American children, will be better understood when they go in the classroom or anywhere else that they may go in society.
Aside from being a writer, Dr. Etienne is also a French teacher.
I became a teacher really because I really wanted to understand the school system also. For me, because when I was in high school, I was there, but I wasn't really there, if you know what I mean. So I really to understand it more. And I always tell people, if you want to change something, you have to understand the system, how it works. Because I do remember when I was in high school at Edison, I took, that was the first year they were trying 7 period. Because when I first came, they didn't have 7 classes, it was only 6. But they wanted to try 7 period. And then I took a piano. I always wanted to play piano. And I took a piano as a 7 period class. And unfortunately, I had to leave the class early because I had a job. I had to go to work. And when I told the teacher I had to leave, and he told me, no, you have to be in the class. I said, I really have to get a job, because it wasn't a requirement to have a 7 period. It was just something they were trying out. And he gave me F for the whole entire year. So I was like devastated emotionally having F, because I know I'm a very good student. So I said, well, this is something I really want. I never want that to happen to my children, because my parents could not go to the school and defend me for having an F for a class that was not required. So that is why education was always inside of me, but not more for me, but just to be a voice to those who needed to understand the system. So how can you understand or make a difference? Is having the degree, is having the credentials, that so you can, when you speak, then you can be respected. So that's why I went to school and I became a teacher. And becoming a teacher, I was there with my daughters. Elementary school, I was there. Middle school, I was there. High school, I was there. In fact, in North Miami Middle School, I was a PTA president, because my daughters went to school there 1 year while I was in school at Barry University. I have my undergrad. So I was in school full-time, but I was also a parent full-time. I became the president of the PTA just so I can understand more, help with the teachers also. While I was the president, we did a lot of lunch for the teachers. We had breakfast for the teachers, because teachers need to be appreciated. And in North Miami at that time, it still has a very large population of Haitian. So it was I wanted to bring a different image to the teachers as well. So that's what I'm trying to do. Education, work with the teachers, and then help them understand our children. When I mean our children, I mean the Haitian children. Because education is so so important for me, and I wanted to share more and which is why I have this book now. It's called 3 Steps to Guide Your Children's Educational Future. So this book really is about how do you communicate at home with your children about education. Because in our culture, the Haitian culture, we tend to truly believe or trust the education system. And nothing wrong with trusting the educational system, because I am in the education system. But however, it's a lot of students. So teachers need help. The principal need help. And that's why this book was written so parents can talk to their children about 3 steps. The first step is, what is your true identity, or what is your discovery? What is it that you truly want to do in education? And the second step is not my program, but it's a program that's already there. I'm just using it, and I had their permission to use it. Is a collegeprofile.com. What they do, they can create a college profile or an educational profile for anyone based on your interests. And once they create that profile, and that profile will link you with all the universities or colleges that have the degree choice that you want. And the last step is planning. You may know what you want, you may have a college profile, but if you don't plan, you're not going to be successful. So this is the conversation I want to be taking place at home. So with that book, in my community, I'm able to go to the different churches, the Haitian church. I go in the community, and it's not to get paid. I just do it freely, because I believe the next generations need to be more aware. And how can they do it? Is by giving them knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Dr. Etienne talks about the books she has written.
My second book, I wrote 2 books this year. I've been pretty busy this year. And I have Triumphing Over Hell on Earth. Triumphing Over Hell on Earth. It's written in French, qui est Triompher de l'enfer sur terre. Triompher, so both languages, English and French. So Triumphing Over Hell on Earth is what is it that we really need as human? We need food, water, shelter, clothing. These are the elements that every human needs. It doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Spanish. These are realities that we need. And it doesn't matter where you are, which country you are, you still need these elements to make it. But these elements, based on our Creator, He warned us, we should not have to worry, or that should never be a concern for us. And again, it was for me, this is a verse in the Bible, in Matthew. I read it many, many times. I read the book of Matthew, and I miss it. And then one day I realized, oh my gosh, how many times have I go to church? I stand in the altar, and I pray just to pay for my shelter, food, to have clothes. And here, my Creator tells me, it should not be a worry. It is a worry, but not for me to worry, but for Him to do. So now I'm like, okay, again, if I miss that, how many other people are missing that very simple but important details? How many pastors praying for their servants every Sunday and say, hey, you're gonna be, your rent will be paid, your food. And then now even the government, when they are running their platform, they run based on these elements. I'm gonna give you great housing, your education, your kids' education will be paid for. So they're using the same elements just to convince or persuade us that our life will be better. But our Creator said, no, you don't have to worry about it. But He gave us two things that we must do, two prerequisites that I call them. Number one, you have to find the kingdom. And number two, be in the right standing. So again, I have not mastered that either. Don't think I have mastered, I'm not mastered. But I say, as I'm going through this journey myself, let me write about it. So other people, we can create a group, help us understand that simple verse that is in Matthew. Let us understand it, that we don't have to be praying and fasting about these elements. But there's two other things He tells us to do. So that's what this book is about. Again, it is a simple book. It's kind of linked with the 3 steps. Identity. If you know who you are, who created you, your Creator cannot create you without substance, so you can become yourself. We have everything. If we want to produce food, we can produce food. If we want to have shelter, we can. But you got to know who you are first, so you can have that. So I was able to take this book to Haiti this summer, because as you know, Haiti, we like Haiti is not even considered as a third world country anymore. We're lower than a third world country, and yet Haiti is very rich. The reason why is because we don't know who we are. We don't know what our gifts are. We don't know our potentials. We do not know our abilities. And then once you do not know these elements, then you're always going to be looking for food. You're always going to be looking for shelter. You're always going to be looking for clothing. But yet, you are the producer. You are the one who can produce these things. But if you do not know what your place is, then people are suffering on your behalf. We have generations who are waiting for your gift and talents. And if you allow me, I would use my daughter, Sheena, who's here. Sheena is a prime example of what self-discovery is. Right now, she is working by doing what she was born to do. It's because of this teaching, purpose, your identity, your potential. Use them. Once you use them, the universe has to open to what you have, because you are doing what you are born to do. And you have to have a plan. The plan has to be written, not in your head, but you have to have it on papers. Write it down, step by step, and you have the resources will come. So that's what this Triumphing Over Hell is all about. And the second book that I have for this year is 7 principes pour atteindre la réussite académique. 7 principles to be educated for educational success. The same principles again: self-identity, college profile, becoming a leader, planning and vision. And becoming a leader is one of the most important topic I want to say, because when people hear leader, they're thinking about, oh, you have to be a CEO, you have to be a president, and in our Haitian culture, you have to be the president or the prime minister. But the leadership I'm talking here is a leadership within your fields of influence. If you are an engineer, you can be a leader in your engineering. If you are a doctor, you can be a leader in your medical field. If you are a chef, you are a leader in being a chef. If you are a designer, you are a leader in designing. Like my daughters right now, they are in New York, so of course they had to leave Naples because Naples was too small for them, so they can accomplish their dream. So they're living in New York, big New York for my daughters. So that's where they have to be. That's where they can really influence in their leadership skills.
Dr. Etienne has a positive message to share with all Haitian Americans.
Haitian Americans today, I have to say, from when I came here and now, the Haitian American are making a lot of progress. What I mean by that, in 1980s, you could not say you're Haitian. But now, I see every college campus, they have a Haitian club. So I say, this generation, they got it. They are so proud of being Haitian. And I say kudos to them. So now the advice I would give them is like, I don't want them to just say I'm Haitian or carrying the flag I'm Haitian. I want them to understand really what does it mean to be Haitian. How can you improve being a Haitian? And the reason I'm saying this because I know we have an incident in my district last school year for Haitian Flag Day. And then it is a district rule in my district that no students can have their flags. It's just a district rule, and the reason why they do it is just to eliminate gang. It has nothing to do with not celebrate. So what I want to tell the young Haitian generation, carrying a flag is not really how you're gonna bring the awareness to Haitian. What you need to do is understand first, what is the rules and the regulation and where you are? I always understand the government system, wherever you are. That's the key. And then as a Haitian-American, learn. Education is the key. If you want to have a voice, the best way to have a voice, the best way you can be heard is first, you have to learn, you have to earn it. How do you earn it? You have to have the credentials. If it means that politics is something that you want to do, well, learn about politics. Sharp your skills, get the knowledge. Then you can be heard. But carrying a flag is great. But we need more than just carrying the flag. So that's what I want to tell the young generation. I know they're so eager. They're so eager to say, I'm Haitian, I'm Haitian. That's great. I love it. I love it because I couldn't say it 30 years ago when I was here. So I'm happy. But I want them to carry the Haitian flag with pride, with like knowledge, with degrees, with when you say something so you can be heard, because what you're saying is not like repeated things after others, but this is something that you have learned. He has substance. So we can stand on solid ground. That's really what I want to say to my young Haitian-American.
If you would like more information about Dr. Etienne, please visit her website at www.shapingyoungminds.com.